sure your mic's on. I don't know if Sebastian turn it off or turn it on.
It's on board.
Okay, good. Oliver Askew joins us, one of the leading candidates for Rookie of the Year, and Arrow McLaren SP. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I think you got here on your own, but
Yeah.
it's going to be an exciting year. You've gone through the livery reveal and the new uniform, and now a new teammate, and it's all set to begin, and it really gets going in earnest tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
real.
It is real. I've been thrown in the deep end for real this time, but I have a lot of, obviously, the team has a lot of experience in IndyCar, and to have Pato as a teammate, I think we can really push each other, and I think we can bring the best out of each other as well, which is really important to have in a teammate relationship. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting started here this week and finally seeing where we're at, and to see where we can improve. Obviously, it's a steep learning curve for me, and we have a lot of really smart people around both Pato and I to make sure that we're ready for St. Pete, and it doesn't feel like my first race weekend when we get there. So
We've made it, and you've made a lot out of the fact of your ascension through the ranks being so rapid and so precise. What kind of expectations do you have for this year?
Honestly, I don't have any expectations at the moment. I think a realistic goal for us is to, like you said, win Rookie of the Year. That's really important to both myself and the team. So that's what we're pushing towards. That's what we're working so hard for. And obviously, we want to win races. We're not here to run outside the top 5 or outside the top 10. We need to be up towards the front right away. And yeah, like I said, it's not, as long as we work hard and check each box, I'm sure that the results are going to come. So.
Renus came in here a little while ago and said that the two of you are here because you've pushed each other and you've helped, maybe not helped isn't the right word, but you've benefited from having each other.
Yeah, sure. I've been racing Renus since 2014. I think every time I show up to the track, he's always there. Like, he's always that guy who I'm fighting for the win, right? But it's kind of cool to have someone like that. Looking back at it, like in the moment, it's not cool at all. But looking back at it, he's made me better, and I think I've made him better, because we're always competing against each other and using each other as a benchmark, I guess you could say, because we're kind of at the same level, we have the same experience. Our driving styles are completely different, but I think we're taking the good from each other. But yeah, he's been a great rival to have over the years. Thankfully, we've only had 1 or 2 collisions, which is pretty small for how many races we've had together.
Do you suspect that at the end of the test tomorrow or next week or St. Pete or Barber that you're looking at the timesheet wondering where he's at?
Well, that's funny because I've thought about this before, but it's like having 20 other Renuses out there now. Like,
I almost said that.
I'm not worried about him at all anymore. Like, there's a way more to worry about than Renus. Way more drivers to worry about than Renus.
Jim?
I remember after you won the Freedom 100 last year, I remember the emotion, and I also remember you talking about just the feeling you got from just seeing the crowd.
Yeah.
Have you allowed yourself a chance to dream over the off season about returning for this month of May and the 500 and what that's going to be like?
Yeah, that was the best day of my life by far. Best day of my life in motorsports, and I just can't wait to go back there and experience that again. You know, it's I really felt like the magic of the Speedway on that day, and I hope that I can experience that again on Sunday in the future. But just the week and the month in general is just a really special feeling around Indianapolis and around motorsport.
Paul Kelly.
With one guy who's just passed rookie status as one of the drivers, and you as a rookie, experience plays such a role at every track, but especially in Indianapolis, because it's easy to go down a rabbit hole, go the wrong way, get with all the practice time you have. How do you guys, as really the youngest starting lineup in IndyCar in a long, long time, how do you overcome that?
Well, I think we have to look towards the people who are around us in the garage and in the engineering room. And also, we're going to have Robert Wickens as well, who's going to be a great resource for us. He's driven the car recently and has recent experience of the car, and he's willing to share as much of that as possible. I think we've seen it recently in Formula One and in IndyCar. Drivers who are good and have good equipment will eventually, rise to the top and eventually become successful. So there's a lot of variables that go into it, but I think our base is where it needs to be, and I don't think there's anything we're restricted to do because of our short experience between us two. If that makes sense.
Mary? Come on.
Oliver, the team has hired Craig Hansen, who was 4 seasons with Bourdais when he won his titles. What role is he going to have in the team, as you understand it? Is he going to be an engineer with either of you?
He's playing a role overseeing both sides of the team. He's not on one side or the other. And it's a very open room between the two cars anyway. So I think he's going to definitely fill some of the gaps where we might have been weak in the past. He's had very quick cars at the Speedway and on road courses as well. So it's just a great resource for the team in general to have Craig on board. So we're really excited about that.
Well, we know you've got a lot of stops. Keep talking, keep smiling.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow and for sure in St. Pete.
Thank you.